Eczema and psoriasis. Eczema, also known as dermatitis and psoriasis, are caused mainly due to inflammation of the skin. Boswellia has been found to exert effectiveness against eczema and psoriasis. CardioFlow, anybody? Our clear skin complex, anybody? In a double-blind study, the efficacy of a novel formulation of these two Guggul extracts in something called Bosexol, a patented form of this, improvement was seen in psoriasis scales in 70% of the cases. Erythema in 50% of the cases was observed. In addition, when eczema patients were administered this combination with Guggul, it showed improvements in both erythema, redness, and raised rashes, and itches in 60% of the cases in both, without causing any waning. Those parasitic worms I showed you, they found it effective against that. They found 7 patients who were passing the eggs of these worms in their stools displayed distinct improvement of the general condition, drop in the egg count, and improvement of all signs and symptoms with no adverse effects after treatment with Guggul sterones. Inflammatory bowel disease. Gum resin was found to be effective in the treatment of chronic colitis with minimal side effects. Anybody got intestinal inflammation diseases? Celiac, IBS, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis? You should be on our CardioFlow product or be on Guggul sterones alone. 900 milligrams a day you see there for 6 weeks. They saw improvements in everything. Continuing there, more highlights on inflammatory bowel disease like ulcerative colitis. Patients with grade 2 and grade 3 ulcerative colitis were treated with Guggul lipid resins of 350 milligrams 3 times a day for 6 weeks. Stool properties, disease process, and inflammation. They did microscope biopsies, blood parameters with hemoglobin, iron, calcium, phosphorus, proteins, leukocytes, white blood cells, and eosinophils showed slightly better improvement in the Boswellia treated groups. Acne, we already talked about this at length, but I want to show you the study in the second highlighted sentence. Thapa and Dogra patients with nodulocystic acne were given Guggul lipid equivalent to 25 milligrams for 3 months, which resulted in progressive reduction in lesions in majority of patients. However, patients with the most oily faces displayed better responses to Guggul lipid. That's why it's the second highest ingredient in my clear skin complex for acne. Conclusion. Gum resin Guggul possesses multiple pharmacological activities, drug-like activities, especially lowering lipids, anti-obesity, anti-inflammatory, anti-tumor, heart protective, brain protective, hepatoprotective, thyroid stimulating. It effectively regulates different transcription factors, enzymes, inflammatory cytokines, and anti-apoptotic proteins, which are involved in inflammation, cancer growth, and diagnosis, and other chronic diseases. This is HCl. Do y'all know what HCl is? I'm going to run through these pretty quick. You guys can go download this. HCl is hairy cell leukemia, a white blood cell cancer. They found it effective at 1,500 milligrams, mild side effects, if any, well tolerated. It's incredible at the doses. Just so you know, HCl stands for hairy cell leukemia. There's the Mayo Clinic. HLD, what does that stand for? High lipid disease. Metabolic syndrome, very effective at 2 pills a day. Acne, reduced inflammatory lesions at 50 milligrams a day. Osteoarthritis, look at those various doses. Safe and well tolerated, safe and effective, safe and well tolerated. All these are studies in humans. If you have arthritis, CardioFlow, baby. How about polyarthritis underneath there? That's multiple arthritis. It's gouty arthritis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis at 3,600 milligrams a day. They didn't see much effect for all of those. RT-related edema. Anybody got swollen ankles, limbs? Do you? They found it effective, and it reduced even brain swelling, 4,200 milligrams. Schistosomiasis, another parasite worm that looks like this and creates symptoms like this. It was well tolerated and safe and effective at 600 milligrams a day. SUI. Anybody out there got this scenario? Anybody know what that means? It stands for stress urinary incontinence. Are you peeing on yourself? Can't control it? They've even found it effective against that, up to 4 grams a day. These are its heart benefits. I may not have time to run through all of these for this presentation, and that's okay. You just need to know these are studies on lipid profiles. I'm going to actually skip through some of this because I want to get to... There's a lot of information here, people. We're getting into all of the heart effects. So let's show this now. 125 patients were treated with Guggul lipid at 500 milligrams a day for 12 weeks, whereas 108 patients were treated with clofibrate at the same dose. At the end of the study, Guggul lipid significantly decreased total serum cholesterol by 11% and triglycerides by 17%. The beneficial effects of Guggul lipid became evident within the first 3 to 4 weeks of the study. In addition, HDL level was increased to 60% of the responders to Guggul lipid therapy, whereas clofibrate for lowering cholesterol had no effect on HDL levels. So you didn't see improvement in the good cholesterol at all. More detailed analysis of these results indicated that high cholesterol patients responded better to Guggul lipid therapy than they did to high triglyceride patients than did the high cholesterol patients, and vice versa for clofibrate. Guggul lipid extract did better than clofibrate did in the study. These results indicate that long-term therapy, 24 weeks with Guggul lipid, in conjunction with dietary modification, significantly reduces cholesterol and lipid levels in patients with high cholesterol. Don't forget it, people. For the subjects, 45 of them with high levels of LDL at 160, the bad cholesterol, Guggul lipid treatment significantly reduced serum triglycerides 14% and 10% decreases for the high and low dose groups, whereas triglyceride levels increased by 10% in subjects who did not get get Guggul lipid extract. Here's its anti-inflammatory reactions and effects. At 2,000 milligrams a day, they saw that level improve by 29%. I want to come back out of here because all of you can look at this at home. Here's our concluding remarks. Guggul and Guggul lipid have a long history in the treatment of cardiovascular diseases, including high cholesterol and plaquing of the arteries. Preclinical and clinical studies largely support the therapeutic claims for Guggul described in the ancient Ayurvedic texts. The cardiovascular therapeutic benefits of Guggul and Guggulsterone appear to be due to the multiple pharmacological activities, notably lowering lipids, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory effects. For its hypolipidemic activity, individual variations in responding to Guggul treatment are consistently observed in the clinical trials. They always improve. I want to encourage you to go download the presentation, share it with people, but we put more information than I can cover in the timeline that most people can actually focus on. But I needed to drive it home that nutrients found in nature are just as effective and safer than many, many drugs used for diabetes, heart failure, heart arrhythmias, heart conditions. Guggulsterone is even more effective than statin drugs and safer in most cases. In CardioFlow at the Dr. Ardis Show, you will see the very first ingredient is Guggul extract. Guggulsterone's at 300 milligrams. That's 2 capsules, and you can use more or less. Always consult your cardiologist if you actually have been diagnosed with a heart disease of any kind. In our Clear Skin Complex, you will find it's actually Guggul resin extract in our proprietary blend of various plant-based products. It is the second product in it, behind something found in cruciferous vegetables, diindolyl methane, DIM. Guggul resin extract to help improve your skin. You saw it for acne, psoriasis, and eczema in these research studies and human trials. Don't forget to get our book, Moving Beyond the COVID-19 Lies. Scan that code there. You can get it also at thedrardisshow.com, or you can just scan that code there. Get yours today, and it would make a great gift for anybody on their birthdays, holidays, you name it. And remember to scan our code. I'm Dr. Ardis. Let me stop sharing the presentation here. My goal is to educate you on all of the promises found in nature that are safe, effective, and proven in both lab studies, animal studies, and human studies. And I truly believe if you will implement Guggulsterones, you will see an improvement in cardiovascular function, cholesterol, arthritis, blood sugar handling, and I hope and pray will be a massive blessing to you. I hope CardioFlow and Clear Skin Complex and any Guggul products we represent and present in the future for all people worldwide provide benefits to your health. That is our goal here, is to restore your faith in nature. I'm Dr. Ardis. Have a great week.